Hey, what's up, guys? Good Escape Kid here, coming at you with a deck profile of a Traptrix build that I'm working on. Honestly, a pretty solid deck. I'm not going to say it's a top contender or anything, but I definitely think it has some good plays. It has some power plays for sure. And the way I built it, I basically built it to not just specifically be like some kind of just stun deck that normal summons all the time. I made it so that it does have plays. I'm actually going to show you a couple different variants of Traptrix that I've been working on. This is the main one. The other ones are a little bit more gimmicky, but I definitely think that they all have a place. So the first one, this is just Traptrix stun. So 3 Remilio, 2 Dynea, triple Atrax. The Atrax is whatever, honestly. You can play something else. I was actually contemplating playing Wicked Witches instead of Atrax. But I mean, like, the fact that the normal traps can't be negated, the fact that you can play traps from your hand, and the fact that I play enough trap pulses supported, it's definitely not a bad card. Plus, you can make Nat Beast with it, so take it for what it's worth. 1 Nepenthes. Nep's not bad. I don't think I'd ever play more than 1. You know, some people like 2 because they like playing Sacred Tree. I'm not a fan of Sacred Tree, if you want to know the truth. Like, it's just too easily stopped by, like, you know, Twin Twister and stuff like that. I play enough back row in this deck to the point where Twin Twister is not a huge issue. You know what I mean? I'm never going to have, like, just 2 back row or whatever. And if I am, you know, and they have Twin Twister and they can go off and I don't have any kind of answer to it, I mean, it is what it is. You know, so just 1 Nep. Double Ryo. Ryo is actually one of the better monsters right now. I actually really like playing Ryo. Ryo, you know, it's a case where, like, you summon Thunder King, you set a couple back row, and your opponent, if they're playing, like, especially if they're playing like the pure Zodiac variants, they're going to kind of struggle against that because they're going to, like, okay, well, I'm going to have to, like, bait by summoning, you know, Trident first and hope that Thunder King negates it, and then I got, like, triple Traptrix Trapple Nightmare in the deck, so it's definitely not a bad card. Double Kage Tsukage, I know. Before anybody says anything, I get it. You know, Kage Tsukage, it's like, you see it in gadgets and, like, other gimmick shit decks, you know, but, like, it actually does have a place in Traptrix, in my opinion. You can play Goblinbergs, you can play Photon Thrashers, you can play Kage Tsukages. Honestly, I could see an argument for Photon Thrasher because he is 2100 attack, Kage Tsukage is only 1100, but I just thought that, you know, like, Kage Tsukage has a little bit more usage because, like, with Photon Thrasher, you can't attack if it's the only monster you play, so you basically have to exceed with Photon Thrasher, or just special Photon Thrasher and attack, and it's just a 2100 vanilla, essentially. So about the Kage Tsukage, like, it had a little bit more usage in the deck, you know, plus, like, you could use it to, I believe you can play around Strike with this card, because you can summon, like, let's say Myrmilio, activate Chain Kage Tsukage, kind of like you can with the, like, the old Return of the Monarchs plays, where, like, they would activate a Monarch effect and then chain return so that they couldn't, your Monarch couldn't get striked or anything like that. So I'm not sure if that's exactly how it works. I think it does, though. So double Kage Tsukage, definitely not bad. 1 Dyna. I never really want to see 2. You know, Dyna, like, oh, you gauge Dyna is one of your favorite cards. So why don't you play more than 2? Or more than 1. It's just because, well, for one, it doesn't do anything against True Dracos. You know, they're just trying to tribute summon whenever, it doesn't really do anything. Yeah, it's good if you like cleared their field and they're trying to use the effect of special summon back out of the graveyard, but I mean, like, if you have them, you know, if you have their back against the wall that much, you're probably not doing too bad. You know, like, and if you have Dyna then you pretty much seal the game, but it's not really good in the early game, so just 1. And the Glow Bulb for the Trish plays, the Nat Beast plays, all that fun stuff. Glow Bulb is actually a pretty strong card. Like, when I was playing Photon Thrashers, not Photon Thrashers, when I was playing Goblinbergs, which a reason I'll play Goblinberg is because I do like getting, like, a normal summon Myrmilio effect, especially like Dynea. Like, the Kage Tsukage, it makes it so you don't have to use their special summon effects. You can summon Myrmilio, activate effect, chain Kage Tsukage, and get your Trapple to your hand. And to me, getting the Trapple to your hand a lot of times is a better effect than popping a back row. In the same way that Dynea, you know, getting its Wolf Bark effect is a much better, it's a much better effect than putting a trap hole from your graveyard back onto the field and having to die at the end of the next turn. So that's another reason. But yeah, Glow Bulb, it does work really well with Goblinbergs if you want to play Goblinbergs, and another variant I'll show you here in a little bit. Glow Bulb works really well with Goblinberg, so if you like draw Goblinberg plus Glow Bulb, I mean, you're in a pretty good position because you can just make Nat Beast off that, and then you can use the Glow Bulb, like, later on in the game, you can go Dynea, Myrmilio, pop a back row, and then, like, Glow Bulb and Trish your opponent, which I've done plenty of times, so definitely not bad. So on to the spells, you got Double Chalice. These could be my bodies, but honestly I think Chalice is just more versatile, so I like Chalice more. So then Upstart, Dark Hole, Regeki. Part of me wants to play 2 Dark Holes, but it sucks, you know, drawing Dark Hole if you go first, so just 1 Dark Hole, 1 Regeki. Foolish Burial, Scrub Charge, card should be banned, and Rake of Magic Astral Force. A lot of people are like, why would you play this, blah, blah, blah. Because if you get Rafflesia, even if you have to detach one Exceed material off of it, and then you can rank it up into Fairy Knight, how you pronounce Fairy Knight. And then you detach 2 Exceed materials, return all other cards on the field to the hand, and your opponent can't activate cards. It's a spell speed for True Nade for everything on the field. So it can, a lot of times, like, if you go rank up Magic, make Fairy Knight Ingar, detach, put everything back in the hand, then like summon Dynam or Milio, and like make Gaga Samurai. That's 3,800 plus 2,200. Like that's a lot of damage right there. So this deck can actually, with some of the plays it can do, like while maintaining a control game, it can actually, it kind of reminds me of an artifact deck because it can put a lot of damage on the field, pretty fast. And Rank Up Magic's is one of those cards that helps with that. So then, oh, and also the other reason for playing it is because I play Zexal in the extra deck. I needed to have more usage for Rank Up Magic if I was going to play it than just, summoning Utopia and hoping the Zexal goes through. So I made it so that Rafflesia, which is another pretty commonly made Exceed, obviously, in the deck because it's Traptrix, you can go Rafflesia and then rank it up into Ingar, Fairy Knight. I'm just calling it Fairy Knight. You can rank up Rafflesia into Fairy Knight, and then you can still have another, because I play 2, you can just summon Rafflesia later on. So yeah, anyway. That's all right. Spells under the traps. Triple Floodgate Trap Hole. Best trap hole in the game right now. Hands down. It's not even close. It's really great. Just they normal summon, X monster. Like if you have Thunder King out or whatever and they want to like tribute summon and then try to activate effect or whatever to search, whatever, you just chain Floodgate Trap Hole. Because if they're going to blow up your Thunder King anyway, they're going to blow it up anyway. So, I mean, at least you get one less usage because they're not going to be able to chain to search. So, Triple Traptrix Trapple Nightmare. I felt with the last ARG and with the last couple events, we see that Pure Zodiac is the most common. So I figured you might as well just build it for that and have a side deck in case you run into any True Dracos or True Kings or True, any kind of mixers of the two. So Triple Traptrix Trapple Nightmare, it's absolute fucking amazing against pretty much any kind of Zodiac variant, because they summon Rat, they choose to activate the effect, or whatever, it doesn't matter. They make the first Exceed, activate effect, and you go Traptrix Trapple Nightmare on them, it stops them. And then if they have like the Barrage or whatever, if you Floodgate Trap Hole, whenever they summon something else, whatever, you basically stop their plays for the entire turn. So then, 2 Double Trap Hole. For those who don't know what this does, if your opponent special summons a monster in defense position, you banish it and all other monsters currently in defense position. So what I like about this is that your opponent can make a big field with blank Trident, and then they summon a monster and try to overlay to another Exceed to continue their plays or whatever, and you double Trap Hole and you get rid of the rest of their Exceeds probably outside of like Dagusto Admiral. So Double Trap Hole actually, it kind of reminds me of Torrential. It could be like a Needle Ceiling almost, but it's more versatile than Needle Ceiling because you could also use this if you go first. So I would definitely try it out if you're having some trouble with Dryden.deck. And then 1 Time Space. Time Space, it's less versatile than Double. That's why I only play 1 of it. But I mean, like, you get Time Space or whatever, like when they try to like make a big Pendulum summon or whatever, because it's good against Pendulums, it's just good against a lot of stuff. I like it. So then, Double Quaking, Double Regular Mirror Force. I play a Needle Ceiling. I don't draw it very often, but honestly, Needle Ceiling does have its uses. You can do stupid stuff like your opponent has. Like, let's say you go first, you set a couple back or a pass, they make a big field, and again, they have blank Trident, you can summon, like, Glow Up Bulb or something like that, or, like, just, summon a Kage you're willing to get rid of. Or even better, summon a Myrmilio, activate effect, if they want to do something or whatever, then you just, like, chain Needle Ceiling and just torch their entire field, and then also sets up so that you have fodder for Dynea, for Scrub Charge, all that fun stuff. So, Needle Ceiling, again, not a bad card. Then Warning, Compulse, Torrential, obvious. I'm not playing Bottomless. Bottomless is just not a good card right now, in my opinion. Really pains me to say because I love Bottomless, but it's just not good right now. Go to the extra deck, got Double Rafflesia, obvious. You got the 1 Fairy Knight, I explained that. Castel, 101, Abyss Dweller, Cowboy, Dark Rebellion, Gaga Samurai. I love this card. Please play this card. Utopia and Utopia the Lightning, you don't really need to detach twice. Usually I play more Utopia materials if case calls for it. But in this one, you don't really need to. So, I mean, just Utopia and Lightning is really all you need. Originally, the Zexal was another Utopia material, but I think it was S39 if I remember correctly. But Zexal, it just adds another element to the deck. So then Nat Beast and Trishula, you can make both pretty easily in the deck. And then you got Ab-Zero because it's too strong. Onto the side deck, which is basically just a lot of True King hate. Or a lot of True Draco hate, rather. Double Fog King, and I'll also go over here and say Triple Massacre Strike, because if you play either of these, like if you go first against your True Draco opponent, you have Fog King out. For one, they can't kaiju over it, so unless they have like Dark Hole Regeki or something like that, like they literally just can't do anything. You can't tribute any cards, so I mean they're not going to be able to tribute summon, and that really limits their plays, especially now that they don't have Terratops and Takum Tomborg left in the deck. So I mean it's not like they can just special those and get an effect off of that, so it really just narrows down the amount of plays they can do. Triple Banisher. Mainly I put this in there because it's also good against any kind of True King variant. You know, they go Summon, Soul Devour, Overraptor. You play so much backer, you can just get rid of it. You know, it doesn't matter if they search because they're going to search for a baby unless they want to banish both the babies they have for the True King, whichever one, the Earth True King, whatever, and just hope you don't have any backer to get rid of it. I mean, it's a really good card in the deck. And like honestly, I'm not preparing a super amount for Kaiju because Kaiju literally get over just about anything. Like they don't get over Dyna and they don't get over Fog King, and that's why another reason why Fog King and Master Restrict are so good. But I mean, honestly, like it's like, oh well, this card can get Kaiju, this card can get Kaiju. It's like, yeah, literally almost any card in like almost any monster in Yu-Gi-Oh can get Kaiju. So there's no reason why. To me, that's just not an argument. You know, I mean, if they don't have a Kaiju for your like one again, they can't Kaiju Fog King and they can't like Kaiju under Master Restrict. But I mean, if they have the Kaiju for the Banisher and they also can go off and also you're not going to have any responses. I mean, that's Yu-Gi-Oh. Double Chaos Trapple, definitely really good. I mean, you literally summon it against Masterpiece. It's so hard for them to deal with it. If you go first, you can usually set up and prepare for Masterpiece. If you go second and they drop Masterpiece, I mean that is what it is. I mean also you can put Kaiju in here, but also like dealing with the 2200, it's not it's not as hard to deal with as Masterpiece. It's still hard to deal with. So I mean it's just kind of the die roll really. Like you could take out the Ghost Ogre, so like 3 Gamasio or whatever, so that way you have an answer to Masterpiece. Or you could play like Imperial Iron Walls or whatever, so they can't like use a bunch of effects. But I mean again they're gonna pop Iron Wall anyway. So triple Ghost Ogre. Ghost Ogre is really good, and then double Twin Twister, because, I mean, if you're not playing it, you probably got to side it, or MST. So yeah, first deck profile, we're going to go to the second one. This is the Traptrix combo deck. Again, I just basically built this to just be like a bunch of comboing and a bunch of, instant fusioning and all sorts of goofy shit. So, I mean, triple Myrmilia, double Dynea, double Atrax, I mean, just more targets for Dynea, essentially. Triple Kage Kage, double Thunder King. I did play a Zodiac in here, so, wait, what the fuck? Junish, oh yeah, I remember that name. But yeah, double Zodiac, double Mulmarat, and I only put one Whiptail, that's all you really need. And then triple the, I almost said the Elemental Triangle, god damn it, now these old names are getting... triple Barrage, obviously. So I mean, then you got the Garnets, so that way you always have consistent Brilliant Fusions. Ghost Ogres, which are really good. Veilers, which are really good. Maxi, which should be banned. One Goblinberg, because Goblinberg works really, really well with cards like Glow Ball, but it doesn't work too badly with cards like Myrmilia or even Atrax. One Trick Clown, because I mean, if you can float the Trick Clown or whatever, when you go Brilliant Fusion, it's really tough. Like, because it just extends your plays so well, because then you can like go. Or if you already have the Trick Clown in play for whatever reason, you can like pop it off of Triangle and then special, Mulmarat and the Trick Clown floats, all that stuff. Glow Bulb, obvious. I already went through the triangles. Triple Instant Fusion. This one's obviously outdated because the node in plays, but you can still play Instant Fusion. The reason I want to profile this though, because it shows that Instant Fusion still has a place in some of these combo-oriented decks. You can take this out for like a Camion Wizard or something like that, or you can actually play a what do you call it? Play the sea monster Theseus or whatever it's called, the level 5 tuner dude, because that way if you have Instant Fusion and Brilliant Fusion, you have a Zulk in play. All that good stuff. The double Brilliant Fusion, like I said. Foolish, double summon. One double summon. I actually got this from Paul Cooper. It's actually pretty strong, surprisingly, because like that way you can just you can summon Myrmilia, let's say, get a trap, and then you go Brilliant Fusion, and then you can like summon again, and then like if you overlay and you detach out that Exceed, like let's say you cast L summoning or whatever, then you can like go double summon, and then like summon Dynea, and you just keep going. So Scrub Charge, obvious. Double Scolding, double Flagate Trapple, Time, Space, and Warning. It's really just a matter of like always having at least a couple protection cards. At least one, really, if you're going to make a big field. Because you'll like have Dryadent, which is a spell speed 2. Then you'll have like Rafflesia, which is also a spell speed 2. Essentially. And then if you like a Scolding to back it up or whatever to like stop if they go Raigeki on you or something like that. Or if they try to slumber your field, it's pretty good. You can kind of just see through the extra deck here. I don't think I really have to explain that. The side deck kind of speaks for itself. It's basically the side deck that I had before. So go on to the next one, which is Traptrix Seraphs, which is, like, Star Seraphs, like, I'm so back and forth on them, to be honest, but, I mean, they do have a place. It's basically the first Traptrix deck, only plays Star Seraphs and Brilliant Fusion Engine. Again, like, I think the monsters and the spells and the traps really speak for themselves. When you get the triple stick, triple chair, double Brilliant Fusion, double Garnet, and the Trick Clown. Because, I mean, like, if you open stick chair or whatever, then you can, like, Brilliant Fusion, summon Myrmilia. I mean, you just keep your plays going so much better. You see, I do play Ouroboros, I do play Deltaros, and I do play Zexal, whatever, because I still have the 1 rank up magic, because, I mean, it's more Exceed focused than the other variants were. I literally think this side deck is the exact same as the first one that I showed you guys. I believe that's it for the Traptrix, yeah. So, I mean, like, people that are saying, oh, you know, Traptrix aren't really a versatile enough engine to just kind of play themselves. I mean, obviously you had to play other cards to go with them. But I think it kind of reminds me of like Madolches before they got Angeli. You know what I mean? It was a case where you could still play the deck and it was still a pretty solid deck, but you just had to play other cards that work with them. So you see like the Goblinbergs in here because the Goblinbergs, you know, can help like get other cards to the board. If you can like Goblinberg activate effect, chain Kage to Kage, you get special Kage to Kage, then Goblinberg resolves and like special summon a Nepenthes or whatever, and then you can like overlay with these two and throw down something. Actually. A couple times, like you can go Goblinberg, that play I mentioned, Goblinberg, Kage to Kage, Nepenthes. You have 3 monsters on board now. You can go Foolish Bear for Glow Bulb effect, mill something, like let's say mill Murmilio. You get lucky and mill Murmilio or something like that. You know, you can like Brilliant Fusion, you know, like obviously after you make your Exceed plays or whatever, you make your Naturi Beast, and then you can like Brilliant Fusion, summon your Seraph Knight. Then you go Dynea from Murmilio, just keep your Exceed plays going. So, I look at Traptrix, honestly. I'd say don't underestimate this deck. Don't overlook it. Give it a shot. See what you think of it. But I definitely think that it's just a case where you have to look more into it. You have to take a lot of time to really learn the deck. But I like it. I definitely think that it has a place in the game right now. Especially just being able to search traps and keeping an engine going is pretty strong, just in theory. So that's what I leave me your thoughts on Traptrix in the comment below, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.